Welcome to Your World. I'm your host, Steve Horowitz, and this is a program sponsored by the Office of International Studies and Programs, focusing on whatever is international at Central. And today, our guests are two students at Central, two students from Saudi Arabia. So I want to welcome Majid Al-Amari and Ahmad Al-Abdrab Al-Nabi. Yeah. Thank you for coming today.
You're welcome.
And I think first it would be good for you to introduce yourselves in terms of your major and how long you've been here at Central.
Well, for me, I've been here for a year and a quarter. A year studying English as a second language. And this is my first quarter being a regular student. And I'm from the west side of Saudi Arabia, a city called Jeddah. It's the second biggest city in Saudi Arabia, nearby the Red Sea.
And what is your major?
My major is accounting. Trying to get accounting, and double major is probably finance too.
Mm-hmm. So accounting and finance.
Yeah.
And Ahmed?
I have been here for 2 years, and I'm majoring in computer science, and I'm a sophomore now. And I'm from the east coast of Saudi Arabia, which is the city called Qatif, which is the oil area.
And probably a lot of Americans don't know how big Saudi Arabia is. It's, I think, the largest country in the Middle East by area. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So you have different regions.
Yeah.
One is you are from the west.
West.
You are from the east.
The east,
yeah.
And then what is the center of Saudi Arabia like?
Well, actually, there is 13 regions.
Uh-huh.
And the central will be Riyadh.
The capital.
The capital, yeah.
You are here as part of a government scholarship program, Saudi Arabian government scholarship program. I think right now at Central we have about 35 students from Saudi Arabia. Can you talk a little bit about that scholarship program?
Now maybe 10,000 students from Saudi Arabia are studying in the United States.
At how many different universities do you think?
All over the United States. Yeah. And I think in 3 years gonna be more people coming.
Yeah.
So 10,000 students?
Yeah.
And the students come here to study English first?
Yeah, English in the ESL program for 1 year or 2 years, and then they move to the academic school.
Are Saudi students studying different majors, or are most students concentrating on certain majors?
Different.
Well, it's different major.
Different?
Yeah.
It seems here at Central most students are going to be majoring either in computer science or accounting.
Yeah, because we have an advisor, right? So they told us Central Washington is a good university in computer and accounting. So that's why you see people focus on computer science. And
what's the expectation of your government for this program?
Well, they expect us to have the knowledge and go back and, give the benefit for our countries.
So when you finish, when you graduate, you will be required to work for the government?
Well, if they need, okay, let's say we are 10,000 over here, and they need some people in, let's say, engineering stuff, they will ask these people and they have to go.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Majid, before you came here, did you have some ideas about America that you discovered were not correct after you arrived?
Well, I didn't, but I think my mom did, because before I came here, she kept telling me that you shouldn't be out after 6 p.m. It's not safe over there. People carry guns over there. You should be at home after 6. You should be at home and sleeping.
So at first, did you go back to your room at 6 o'clock?
Well, I was in a dorm, so for the first week, I'll be honest, yeah. But then I get used to it. So it's really safe in here.
So have you told your mom that?
Yeah, I told her.
So did she accept it?
I don't think so. But she's still worried.
Like most moms, she's always worried about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Any adjustment issues for you, Ahmed?
no, for me, I have been traveling since I was little kid. But the weather is still the problem. The winter times, in Saudi, the temperature is 135 to 150. And here is minus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about,
cold.
do you think for other Saudi students, do you think there are other Saudi students who don't have the experience that you do of being, traveling other places and living outside of Saudi Arabia? For those students, what kind of adjustment issues do you think might exist?
Well, well, seriously, the system here, I mean, the university system is completely different than Saudi Arabia. It's more, well, let's say, development over here. Then, I mean, the education here is really good. So they might know what's the difference in education. And also, probably people, they will see how people deal with each other over here. It's completely different than Saudi Arabia.
Can you give an example?
Well, it's funny examples that, okay, me and my friend, let's say he's my friend and we are talking in the street, I can hold his hand and walk, but over here it's mean different. It's gonna mean a different way. So that's probably some things or sites that you should know about it before you come here. Yeah.
What do you think Americans have some ideas about Saudi Arabia that are not correct from movies or TV or other sort media?
I will say there are three kind of Americans. The first one, like, they know about Saudi Arabia and it's okay, like they know there's bad and good people over there, right? The second one, they know only about the bad things. What they think only, like all Saudis are terrorists, and we have only oil and desert. We live in a tent, and that's our life over there. And the third one, which is like, they don't know about Saudi Arabia anything. Last year I was talking to one of the graduate students, like he's from Landsberg. I was talking to him and I said like, oh, where are you from? And I told him like, oh, I'm from Saudi Arabia. I said like, where is that? I told him like, in the Middle East. I said like, where is Middle East? Like, yeah, I was shocked, like he's a graduate student and he didn't know where Saudi Arabia is.
So that's why it's great to have you and other Saudi students and other international students on campus to educate people who may have just a limited knowledge about the world, about geography and cultures. What would you like Americans to know about Saudi Arabia?
Not all Saudis are rich, as they think, all of them. Okay, I can say that in Saudi Arabia, people are middle class and above. Rarely you find like very poor people. And also, they should know that Saudi Arabia is the most important country for Islam people, Muslims people, because we have the two holy cities, Mecca and Medina, and we are cool people.
You are cool people. Well, you're certainly helping support that idea by being here.
Yeah.
Before you go back to Saudi Arabia in maybe 2 or 3 years, what would you like to do in the United States, or where would you like to go? What would you like to learn before you return home?
Yeah. Would like to learn as much as I can with everything. And I exchange my culture and teach the Americans how my culture is.
Majid, I'll ask you the same question I asked Ahmed about your goals or what you would like to do before you go back to Saudi Arabia.
Well, maybe the same as Ahmed. I want it to be like taking more education over here and develop my skills. And also I really care about making friends here, so I really care about have friends as much as I can over here.
Tell us a little bit about what you're wearing today.
Okay. So
I'm wearing the winter thobe. This one called thobe. Yeah. And this shuma, and this ogal, and this gahfiya. And for me, like, I wear them like if I want to go to the government or the government office to do something or go to school. Yeah. But I don't have to wear like in the normal life, daily life.
And how about yours, Majid?
Well, this is for summer. It's now for winter over here.
So you didn't bring your winter thobe with
well,
you?
I didn't think it's going to be cold like this. And also, maybe you can see the difference. This is because we are from the west side. We usually, I don't know, like these stuff here. And we usually when we go to government papers, we have to wear these stuff before we go. We can't go like by jeans to do anything related to the government.
But you can, sometimes you wear jeans and sometimes you wear
Yeah.
traditional Saudi clothing.
Yeah, well, I went to university in Saudi Arabia for a year and a half, and I had to wear these stuff.
Like you had to at the university?
Yeah. And it's, well, they say it's giving that your loyalty for Saudi Arabia.
By wearing
the
traditional clothing.
Yeah.
We're very happy that you're here today and that you could share some of your culture and some of your impressions with us.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
We'll be back in just a moment with interviews filmed a few weeks ago with some visiting professors from China. We're very fortunate today to have two special guests with us. Both are visiting faculty members from one of CW's partner schools in China. So I'm glad to welcome Professor Guian Li and Professor Jianing Yu from Shaanxi Normal University in China. Welcome to the show. And you have been here at CW for how long now?
1 year.
1 year.
1 year. So you've become quite familiar, I imagine, with CW and Ellensburg. Now, you're here with a total group of 4 professors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And each of you is from a different area, different discipline. So your area is?
Science education program.
And physics, is that?
Physics and
science education.
Yes.
And yours is?
My major is biology.
Biology.
Yeah.
And the other professors are in history?
John is geology, graphical. Howard is history.
History.
Yeah,
so
history.
history and geography.
Geography.
Well, I'm glad that you could be here today. Tell us a little bit, because I think some of our viewers may not be familiar with your school. Can you tell us a little bit about Shaanxi Normal University?
Okay, so I want to introduce our city first, and then our university and myself. So we come from Shaanxi Normal University. Shaanxi Normal University is in Xi'an City of China. Xi'an City is the capital of Shaanxi Province. Shaanxi Province is in northwest of China, but actually it locates in the geographic middle of China.
Yeah.
Xi'an City is a very famous capital city in the ancient China. And also it is one of 4 main ancient civilization city in the world.
Yeah,
So much older than Ellensburg.
Yeah, much older.
Yeah, it's much older. Even it's very older in China.
And there are many famous ancient sites. For example, Terracotta Army is very famous.
I think probably a lot of Americans have seen pictures of all those terracotta soldiers.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of them?
2,200 years ago. And it was praised the 8th miracle in the world. Yeah, very famous.
So tell us a little bit, Professor Yu, about your university.
Yeah, My university is located in the south of Xi'an city. And in that area, it has a lot of universities. My university is one of the famous universities in Shanxi province.
And about how many students are
It almost 50,000.
50,000.
50,000 students.
That's quite big. That's
Yeah.
bigger than any
Yeah,
university in Washington State.
Yeah, and we almost have 18 different departments.
So what are
And college.
what are the largest or most popular areas for students to study at your school?
Popular place?
Popular majors, the most popular majors for students.
One is Chinese. Yeah, Chinese characters, Chinese department. And for some students to study Chinese characters furtherly, and for them do some research about Chinese characters. And another one is math, math department. The third one, I think, is my department, biology department.
Biology.
Yeah.
So as you said, you've been here almost a year now, almost a year. Tell us a little bit about your purpose in coming here. Why did the four of you come to CW for a year?
For me, my purpose in coming here is observe American classroom education. And my research interest here is American classroom education and assessment strategies.
So what have you done during the year here to support that purpose?
So over the past 1 year, I have visited and observed many different courses in different school districts. For example, the school districts I observed include Ellensburg School Districts, Kittas, Metwa, Auburn, Kent, and Des Moines.
So you've become familiar with many different school
Yeah,
districts.
many
in
different school
Washington.
districts. The classes I observed include the basic education classrooms and higher education classrooms. And the educational graduate level include from preschool, homeschool, family literacy, kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, community college, university, and university centers.
You've observed all the way
Yeah,
from the beginning,
different.
bottom to top.
Yeah.
And so, Professor Yu, for you, what exactly is your purpose in spending a year here?
I think it has two purposes for me. The first purpose is we came to here is belong exchange program between two universities. So I think I'm a good person. So I was chosen to here to further study. And for me, I came to here and went to the biology department. I want to learn more technicals about biology.
So have you been doing research or
Yeah.
working with a professor?
Yeah.
What have you been doing mostly over the year?
After I came to here, I take part in the Linda Robson's research group. This group just focuses on the chloroplast genome research. I have a lot of interest for it, so I take part in it. And I also do some interesting research with Linda Robson. Now I just do some RNA editings.
So what is your plan when you return home, when you go back to Shaanxi Normal
Nuts.
University? How will you use your experience here? I'll ask both of you that question. How are you going to use that experience when you return to your own university?
Yeah, so far, I think after I go back to China, I have two purposes I need to do. One, I will have some English class. I will give some students bilinguals teaching. I will give students biochemistry. It's my major. Yeah.
When you say bilingual
using
teaching, do you mean you
bilingual.
will teach one course in both languages?
Yeah, in both language, Chinese and English. We call it
Quite a
bilingual.
challenge.
Yeah, it's called bilinguals. Yeah. Another purpose, I will continue to do research. I hope I can cooperate with Linda Robson and continue to research focused on the chloroplast genome. Yeah.
And Professor Lee, what are your plans when you go back? How will you use your experience here in the classroom, or will you be doing some special project?
Yes. So for me, I want to be an education reformer in China. So observing American class education is my job here. So when I go back to China, I want to introduce some advanced American classroom education thoughts and patterns and skills to my colleagues and to my students. You know, our university is normal university. That means teacher university.
I'm glad you explained that, because I think in the United States we don't use that term very much, and some people will not understand the meaning of normal. They'll have a different interpretation
teacher
of normal.
university.
Teacher university.
Yeah, teacher university. So that means our students will be teachers when they graduate from our university.
Yeah.
So the teaching, the advanced teaching thoughts, advanced teaching pattern, and advanced teaching skill is very important for every teacher and students.
During your year here at CW, what other big cultural differences have you noticed, or what has been difficult for you to adjust to in terms of the differences between American culture and Chinese culture? Are there other differences besides the differences in the education system?
The other different
Customs,
culture.
food, behavior.
Food is quite different. When we came to here, I think I cannot taste a lot of American food. You know, it's quite different.
To what?
Too sweet, to a lot of meat. In my city, we also eat a lot of vegetables than eat meat. So in here, a lot of meat, beef, pork, chickens, and other sweet stuff.
We need to eat more vegetables. I think a lot of Americans would agree with you on that. We need to eat more vegetables. What about any differences in behavior, in customs? Anything else that has been interesting for you, or maybe took some time for you to adjust to? Or have you felt just very comfortable in the culture here in the United States and CW?
So for me, the most interesting and useful for me is just when I observe the American class, I found there are many great classroom education walls. So you know, in our hometown, Xi'an City, there is a city wall. In Beijing, there is a Great Wall. So I think in United States, there are many great classroom education walls.
What do you mean by education walls?
Yes. So on the classroom walls, there are many posters, drawings, pictures, slogans, and so on. And you can find many good sentences, and it helps you understand American classroom
culture. So on the walls
culture.
in the classrooms in China, you don't put many things on
Not
the
too
wall?
much, not too much. So, for example, I remember several sentences is very good for a teacher. So one is, we listen, but we forget. We see, we remember. We do, we understand. Another sentence is, it is not messy, it is creative. Another sentence is, kids are special. So for a teacher, I think it is very good sentence. A good education culture.
So if another group of professors in the future comes here from Shaanxi Normal University and they ask you for some advice before they come here so they could have a positive experience, what advice would you give them?
The first thing I think I will tell them, when you came to here, don't have free. In here, people is very kindness. Many people, they would like to help you. It's very important. Before I came to here, all of us feel a little afraid. Because it's everything is new for us.
So you would tell them, don't be afraid.
Yeah, it's the first thing I need to tell them. And I think the second thing is you should make a friends with Americans. You should make a friends actively. In China, the people always don't talk a lot. In American, the people, almost every people is talkative.
You mean when you meet someone for the first time, or in what kind of situation do you find Americans very talkative?
Almost every situation they can talkative, they're very talkative.
Do you like that?
Yeah, yeah. It shows you kindness, and it shows you friendly, and another way it shows you know a lot.
And so, what advice would you give to professors from your school?
So just now Jenny said talkative is very important. So this advice also I want to advise my colleagues, because in United States, so people good at speaking, good at express their ideas, and want to make good friends with every different country's friend. So when they go to the United States, so they should do something activity. So Chinese people usually, when they speak, usually they are very shy. So they should try to exchange this situation.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy, just
don't
try,
be shy.
practice.
Like you're doing today. Well, I really appreciate your coming here and taking the time to talk with me and of course, I hope that the rest of your experience, a few more weeks that you have here, is positive, and it sounds like you will go back to China with many new ideas and many good ideas to try to implement at Shaanxi Normal University. So thank you again for coming today, and thank you for coming to Ellensburg and to CWU.
So you're welcome.
Kane aru na, kane aru ho